Hello, Jamie from Inky&Scrappy, sharing with you today card 2 in my Brewing Up Creativity with Jamie card class that I teach locally live and here on YouTube in real time. So if you are interested in all of the items, I will have them listed in the description box below. Feel free to, cut out your own with your own papers and modify colors as needed and or images to what you have on hand. I do sell extra kits on my Etsy shop, Inky&Scrappy, if there are any left after class. They're up there for 4 months. When they're gone, they're gone. It's extras, so it is what it is. So I've modified this one a little bit from my original. I do these like a month in advance, so I already have my next classes done already, and so this is a refresher course for me as well. So I decided, this is actually my second take. I tried to do it in watercolor, which they looked okay. It just wasn't what I was looking for. So I'm gonna go and do with my Uhuhu markers. I just picked 2 color blends, something super fast and simple that I can do in class with a large group and only have a couple of markers. Other than that, it's, we'll go from there. So if you don't have Uhuhus, you can use whatever you have on hand with Copics that coordinate with your paper. So that's what I'm gonna, and this one's just the 2 little images. You can watercolor. The class ones are on Bristol Smooth, so I don't normally color alcohol inks on Bristol Smooth, but we're gonna give it a go today. I'm told it works very well. So my bunnies are from the Coaster Critter stamp set, the original, and then from Easter before and afters, there are some other really cute Easter ones that just came out from Lawn Fawn that would work as well. And I will try to list the products as I use them today. Otherwise, in the description box below, everything is listed where I pulled it from, and you can grab from there. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my basket. I'm using 128 and 104. These are the original numbers. I will try to remember to list the other ones on my blog post. So my 128 is a little bit darker than my 104. So I'm going to go closer to where I want my shadow for my 128. And then for this one, for the basket, actual basket part, I'm just going to go right underneath that little scallop here. And then sometimes I do it so it's shaded in from the side. We can do that today. So it gives it the illusion of a rounded basket. And then I will come in with that 104. And I'm going to go over what I already colored just a little bit and pull up a little bit more. And this way you can get a really good blend with 2 markers. You can do it with 1 marker this way too, where the more times you go over it, the better blend you are going to get, or the stronger blend you are going to get. So if you see, can you see the color variation? So my darker tone is here, my doubled 2 times with the 104 is there, and then just 1 single swipe over is the lighter tone there. So you get a nice color variation and you don't need to have a whole lot of markers. Let's see if we're gonna refocus. Yep, there we go. And so for this one, we're gonna do the same thing to get that look on here. I'm not worried about going over the shadow underneath because I really don't want that shadow to disappear. I kind of want to keep that shadow there. And then for my final one, I kind of let it dry a little bit in there, so it allows that alcohol ink to like layer over the other one. For some odd reason, this one looks flat there, so and then if you feel like you lost your shading or your shadows, you can always come back with your darker tone and pull those in a little bit again. And I'm just gonna go over those lines quick and bring those back in. So there is my basket and my one. I can't decide if I want to do a gray bunny. I think we're gonna do gray bunnies. So I have my warm grays. So W4, W2, they coincide really good with Copics, W4 and 2. And then the 01 is probably like Copics, W00. Ohuhu's WG1 is like, it's like tan, it's like a skin tone. It's not my favorite. Just saying. So I think I'm gonna go with a gray bunny in the house. And he's pretty little, so I really don't need to do, you could do it just straight gray color and call it good. I'm gonna add a little bit of shading, but I probably wouldn't need to. He's a pretty little guy. And if you want to highlight on the belly, just don't color that right away and then just go over it a second time and it'll give you a lighter spot, just like we did with the basket. And I think for my bunny and my basket, because I have bright and bold colors for my eggs and my bow, I want to go a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to do my WG2 and then my WG01, or 0.5, sorry. I didn't pull out a light pink. Oh, I kind of went too dark there. Oh well, such is life, right? And then I'm just going to blend all of that out. And this will pull it back a little bit. I could bring in, this one kind of has a yellow tone to it too. I could bring in the colorless blender to bleed that out a little bit more if I'm not totally in love with it. I'm just going to go over it a second time. And alcohol markers going over them a second time will also push the darker color back. So if that's something that you want, something that's going to be lighter, I like number 27, 20, I think 27 is the one that I usually like for the lighter pink stuff. It's not too dark, it's not too light. Oh, I kind of went woo big. Okay, do I want pink little bunny noses? Well, you need a pink little cheek too. I will keep that one out. And for my little bunny tail over there, I'm just going to come in with that 0.5 and then just add a couple of dots to kind of give it a little bit of a shade there. So my white looks white. I don't know. Alright, my Easter eggs. I am doing some bright and bold colors, so 58 and 58 and 57 for my teal color. I actually picked out 4 colors, so I am doing 4 different colored eggs, and then I will pull in one of, and you could totally just do one color on this. I'm going extra. Not that you can even tell because there's so little to color on. My blue, I'm going to do 50 or 74 and 76. I can't tell you numbers today. Interesting. And we'll go. This one had a little more real estate to play with. And for my purpley pink, I'm going with 87 and 68. Where do I want? I'm just trying to decide if I want to do that pink or that. Let's go down here. I think I'm going to do teals on that one. And I'm using a full sticky note, and I don't know if I'm in love with it today. And we'll bring in some yellow for this one in at number 44, and I really don't know if I'm going to even get 37 on there, but we'll pretend that I gave it some shading there with the lighter shade 37. I think I want to do teal down there and pink up there. Teal, blue, aqua. I think that's more of a teal green. Teal green? Teal green. And I'm going to do this one in the same essence that I did the other one, except for I want to do like just a couple of little dots there, so it kind of shows it's like that pleat has got some extra on it. And then we'll bring in that lighter shade. I think they're just pretty close in color. I probably should have grabbed another lighter shade. And some of that pink again. 87 and 86. And the lighter shade, blending that one out or into the darker one a little bit. For that little area, I'm not worried about getting a second tone in there. And then going back over all of that to blend it in, and then just give that little highlight on that other one, as with that one as well. And the other side. And there we have our two little images that are already ready to go. So I'm going to set these off to the side here. Do you want to see my ones that I watercolored? They were okay. They were just not, I think because I did the bunny brown and I wasn't in love with the bunny bean brown. And my gray one, he actually dried back okay. So they turned out okay with watercolor. I just wasn't in love with them. I think the brown one, if I went over with another black, I can probably use them. I just, you know, sometimes I just get in a mood. Yeah, there we have it. So I'm gonna toss these in here for later. Not for you later, for me later. Okay. So for this one, we have, I'm gonna say, now that I undid everything that I had and then started over again, because that's how I roll. We have our card base. Oh, let me pull you back out. Sorry. Okay, so we have our card base. It's just plain white. I am going to do some ink blending. If you see on this one, I just kind of added a little bit of blue behind there to give it some color. Now, being that I didn't put purple in my basket, I probably won't do purple on my sky. But we could do blue, we can do the spun sugar, might look cute in there if you really wanted to add some other colors back there. But I'm going to go with the Stormy Sky. And I need to find my blending brush. And this is not, the sky is not going to be too big on this one, so I'm not too concerned about it. I just want to get a little bit of shade. I don't want a white sky because then it'd look overcast and cloudy and snowy like it currently looks here in Minnesota today. It is March 9th today. This girl is over the snow. It's all we've gotten. It's just been constant. Like, I just can't even anymore. And that's probably good enough. I want to go a little bit darker there. I'm most of this is going to get covered up. I just want to get a little bit of blue on that background so it has a little bit of color there. And nothing huge, exciting, or, you know, over the top. And then we're just going to start building our scene. This one is, oh, should we, let's do some ink blending on these. That's where I was going to go with this one today. I want to go in, I have Evergreen Bow, so I don't know if this one's going to work color-wise. We might end up doing a different color. The other option is to go with, let's try it on the scrap first. Oh, I kind of like that. It looks bright and dark and perfect. So I want a piece of scratch paper here. I just want to give these a little bit of some color variation. So I'm just going to go along the top here. I'm not worried about my edges on this one because I have a separate frame cut for my edges. And so just bring in a little bit more. And then we will do the same on that one. I'll set you off to the side because I don't want you to get all green. And it just has a slight, I don't know if you can even see, oh, you can see it on camera a little bit. I need a little bit more right there. I wouldn't have had to put that on there for the back, for that other one. Let's see here. I need to clean up my green. I think that's all. Oh, I have one other green piece here. My top of my carrot house. So we are taking the Lawn Fawn's Inside Out Stitched Strawberry die cut, and we're making it into a carrot house. Ooh, that got a little dark there. I don't know if I like that on there. We can flip it over. I'll just make it work. Okay. He got a little darker than I had planned. It happens. Such is life. Now for my my carrot house here. I don't know if I really need a whole lot of anything. He's, you know, I am using paper from Hobby Lobby that I think it's called it's like their watercolor colored variation stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do an ink blend on that one. I can do, let's go in with some oranges. So I'm thinking, let's see here. Let's go in with, I just want to do a couple of lines on here to kind of give it, you know how carrots aren't perfect, to give it some carrot looking lines, you know, because carrots have lines on them. That one, and then we're going to come in with this one, and I'm just going to kind of blend that darker one out a little bit. Let's go in with a colorless blender. I just want it to fade in a little bit better than it currently is, so I'm just going to go over that, and that'll push it back a little bit. So it kind of dulls that down a little bit. I wanted it bright, but not maybe that bright. Actually, this side, I think that color tone looks good. It's just the other side which is lighter. So, alrighty, those ones I will. So I have a little bit of a carrot, more of a carrot look. I don't know. It is what it is. All right, I think that is, oh, are we gonna do, we can do a little bit of the blue on the clouds here. I think these are the last ones. Just gonna do just on the bottom. I could have left them white, but you know, I'm busy ink blending. Let's get it all ink blended. Okay. This one could be cute as a shaker card too. Just kidding. I don't have time to make it a shaker card. Now, if I thought of it last week, it'd have probably been a shaker card. All right, so I'm just gonna glue down my base piece here. Everything is already shaded, ready to go, and all the things. I'm gonna leave this one and this one so I can sneak stuff down in there. I don't want to go all the way up to the top. I want to be able to tuck things if I so choose, like my carrot house. And so if your card base might not be perfect because you're measuring, and or if your name is Jamie, your folding skills aren't on par. If you start on your top corner on one side and you make sure everything lines up on the one corner, whatever overhangs on the bottom, like whatever of your background is hanging out on the bottom, you can go in and trim it off after you're all done with your card. You know, if you have lining up issues like I have lining up issues. Now I want to go in. So I have one little fence piece here. I'm going to place my carrot house first, and then we're going to cut this one apart to give the illusion of multiple die cut pieces here. So I'm going to add, I really don't like my ink blending on that one. This is where Jamie's bucket of extras come in. It happens. So I'm going to pop my little top on the top here. We're going to use it as the carrot fluff or the carrot leaves. Yeah, carrot leaves. So I grow carrots in my garden, and a lot of them look like this. Short and fat. Don't ask. I think it's the, I think I bought, what were they called? I think I bought, I think they're specifically called planter carrots. Not on purpose. I like accidentally bought them the one year. And so therefore I get short and fat little carrots out of my garden every year. I also plant purple carrots because I just think they taste like a regular carrot. Their center is orange, but their outside is purple. So of course I had to buy, you know, the purple ones because they're different than a normal carrot. And if I can have something that's different than a normal carrot, I'm all for it. Now you see how I didn't have this glued down so I could tuck my carrot house into the grass? I did not. Ooh, we could ink blend on that one too, couldn't we? I don't know if I want to. I don't think so. Okay, we're gonna just pop this, fold that along that seam there. I'm gonna leave my door hang open. It's helps me with placement so I don't get it down too far that I can't open the door when my little critter's in there. Oh, I might end up having to trim off a little leaf here, which is fine. I think we're gonna go here. I think if I go there, we're good. I'm just going to come in with a little scissors here and just trim off this one here. Because he's going to be in the way. If you want, you can reattach him somewhere else. So my little door opens. My little window frame is right here. And I just cut out a piece of yellow You are totally allowed to back your door if you want to. I didn't feel I needed to because I felt the inside of the carrot house was going to be orange. Correct me if I'm wrong. I guess it could be yellow, kind of like behind the window. I guess I wouldn't have had to do the yellow behind the window. The lights are on. Somebody tell me. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. He can go there, he can go there. I'm going to put him here. And now that we have that in there, I can tuck this one in here. Now keep in mind my frame is going to be right here. So I really only need, we're going to do the big side first. I'm going to do straight along for my 3 there and my 2 over here. So I'm going to add some glue to this one. You can totally cut 2 pieces. I just like to, I don't want to say conserve paper, but that's kind of what I'm doing. Oh, and I guess I didn't have him technically all the way down to the bottom. I kind of had it up a little bit more. It's all good. Tuck in your fence where it is going to fit and not have a gap between your frame and your carrot house. And then I will do the same on this side. I'm thinking this one will butt, if I bop it over, it should butt right up against that frame. So there's that one. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to do, I think I'm going to add those after the fact. I think on this one I added them before. What do you think? Should we add those in here now? And then cover them up with the frame. Either or works. It's totally up to you. I like the yellower one down there. Okay. I think I'm going to put the frame on and then I'll pop those up later. A thin bead of glue all the way around. You can also use double-sided adhesive if that is your jam. I like the wiggle room that I get with the liquid adhesive a little bit better. I mean, you have to work quickly, but you still get a little bit of wiggle room. And so I cut these so the orange, there was orange and then it faded to yellow, green. I think it fades to green on the actual thing. But this way it kind of gives, you know, the two-tone look, and it kind of fades into the grass on the bottom. I need to add my little critters. Whoops. We'll save you for another day, little fellow. Whoop. I think we're going to pop him up today. I think he'll look good popped up. I did end up going with the bunny that's poking out. I just think he's way cuter than the little bunny that, or the little basket that doesn't have the bunny poking out. I mean, you know, you add cute critters, you get cute, you know. That's how it rolls. I'm going to cut my little piece of foam down so it hides behind the bow here, as it sticks to everything but what I want it to. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Some days are worse than others. Peel off my adhesives there. And we'll set him here. We will add my little bunny inside the house, and I'm going to use my reverse tweezers for this one because I can't see around my big fingers. So he actually fits inside that house door pretty good. One of those little tiny friends would work in there too. The little Easter tiny or the spring tiny friends would work in there too. I have it. I just didn't think to use them for this one because, you know, carrot house. Carrot house just screamed Easter bunny to me. And then for my little door handle here, you can cut one of the coordinates. I don't know when we stopped. My camera stopped filming. Okay, I'm waiting with my clouds until I know exactly where my sentiments are going to be. Now, the thing with this one is, do I want the yellow and the green? I mean, the yellow and the green pull it up from the bottom, or I could use the orange, which also coordinates well. And my bottom piece here, I think I'm going to do they both look nice. So either or on these ones. I'll put them in there, and however I end up stamping them, I end up stamping them. I'm going to set this off to the side. Yes, my clouds are not attached yet. And bring in my Misty here. I die cut out a template for this one. So it's got my big one and my little one. My big one and my little one will fit right in there. And this way for class, we can just pop them in and pop them out. Makes it super easy. So for my Happy Easter, I want that one to be over here. So I can line that one up there. And then Happy Easter, I mean, you could do may your basket be full of joy, but that's going to take up that whole bottom. And I put my Easter bunny down too far to do that. But you could totally do that and then just move your Easter basket up a little bit. I bet. Wait a second here. Let's see. Where'd I go? That could work, but I don't want it to be all the way. You can put that on the inside. And chocolate. Okay. I'm just going to do the To Somebody Special, or I hope it's an Eggstra. Hope it's an Eggstra Amazing Day. Let's do I said I was going to do the To Somebody Special, and then I grabbed the Eggstra. Eggstra. Read all about it. And this one I want to go towards my other banner. So there we are. We pop that one in there. Whoops. Let's make sure that lined up properly. It didn't stick. Alrighty. So I have those in there. We are going to... Okay. We will grab this one. And we will grab this one. This is going to be the blend-in one. So I think I want to go... I don't know. I can't decide. Decisions today are against me. I just can't make them. Well, green and green. So I guess that will be similar. Now, let me grab... I have adhesive underneath there. I want my little dot runner. The little dibbly dot glue runner. This is permanent. If I had repositionable, that would work in there too. But this way, it's just gonna... It'll stick in there enough that I can pop them up, and then we'll be good to roll again. So I'm just coming in there with a black ink. Black dye ink. VersaFine Onyx Black works wonderful for this. Lawn Fawn's Jet Black ink works fine for this. I think they have a... Do they have a... I'm trying to think what the other one is. Of course, it helps if I get them inked up well. And then press. The Joy of the Misty. We can restamp if it doesn't turn out the first time. Okay. And then I will just pop those out. Boop. And a boop. And my stamp chamois here somewhere. I just don't know where today. Okay. So now we have a Happy Easter and to somebody special. I kind of like it hanging over the edge, but we can, let's see, if we pop him up, I add this one. So let me cut this one straight. Good golly, Little Miss Molly. Okay. To somebody special. Let's go. Usually I would cut it with my guillotine trimmer, so I know I have a straight edge, but we're winging it today. Ah! Jamie's got drop-itis today as well. It's wonderful. I don't want to run my finger over the top of that because if the ink is still wet, it will smudge it. How do I know this? We all know how I know this, right? It's not my first ink smudging rodeo. I need to put my clouds down before I put my Easter down. So I'm fine with my clouds getting tucked behind. You could have had them on beforehand and tucked, you know, cut it in half, tucked here, tucked there, however you want to put your clouds on. I just want a little, I kind of like the idea of doing it that way. Or, you know, I throw ideas out at you and I go, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Let's do that. Yeah. And the clouds, they're not too picky. They don't care where they land. They're just floating on in the sky, doing their little cloud thing. I think we'll tuck that one there. And now I can go back and add some glue there if you so choose, or they can just flap in the breeze. I mean, technically they're carrot leaves. They'd flap in the breeze. No harm, no foul. There we go. I was trying to get it close to just equidistance like the other one. That one was dry, thankfully. And now I will add my bunny basket back on because I decided he needed to go up a little bit. I like it. There we go. And that is the completed card for today. You are more than welcome to put, you know, and chocolate on the inside. So may your basket be full of joy. And chocolate on the inside. So there is that completed card with the little little door flap. Super fun, super fast. Well, not really super fast. It took me a while. But there are both of them. Those are kind of, you know, different color variations, different options. I like the pattern paper one. I like the solid one. Both of them work. You could do a solid paper on that one. All right, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and please keep getting inky.